inspiration road that will take you there. Be informed and stay in tune. Uplift your soul and heal your wounds. Welcome to Bashment, baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hello and welcome to bashmentbaytv. I'm your host, Sharon Cummings, along with...
And I'm Chris Gilchrist.
And I'm Paulette Samuels.
Wait, Paulette, you introduce yourself tonight.
Yes, because I'm no longer a guest co-host.
No longer a guest, officially a part of the team.
Okay. Last week, two of our guests were phenomenal. I love the way Dr. Pauline Waldner stripped the bare necessities of her upbringing and placed emphasis on how her visualization led her to where she is right now, a true motivator. Sandra Street, on the other hand, opened up a whole new understanding of our history. I especially loved when asked what she thought about books being banned from our schools. Her response was to write our own books. I wish we had more time because we only scratched the surface. I'm sure she'll be back to delve into more of this.
Definitely. I mean, as usual, Chris, I'm getting the phone calls and the texts to say that they enjoyed this show and they
What
really...
What am I calling and text you for? Listen, keep calling and texting. However, I need you all to go and like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Let's say it again. Like, share, and subscribe. All right.
And don't hesitate to leave a comment. If there's something you'd want to hear us talk about, put those suggestions in the comment section. And also place your comments there about what you think about the show, or what you like about the show, or whatever. That's what the comment section is for. Just don't bypass it.
And you know what I like? The fact that once it premieres on Sundays at 7, they can always go back and watch it, because a few of the people said, Sharon, I wasn't able to watch it Sunday, but I was able to watch it during the week. And, they enjoyed it. So, that's a good thing about it. Once it premieres, you can always go back and watch it. You could even catch up on the previous shows because it premiered. So it's all there.
Nice.
Anyway.
So what we doing tonight, Sharon?
Huh?
What we doing tonight? Who we talking about tonight?
Well, what we're doing tonight, we're still celebrating Women's Month.
Oh.
And we will be talking about some of the women who made a difference in history. We're big and we're broad.
All the time.
I'm sorry, we're what?
We'll be right back. Welcome back. Guys, this month, Women's Month, gives voice to the contribution and accomplishment of women. Most women encourage and empower others, not only other women, but men, to believe that they can accomplish anything they put their minds to. As I said last week, we should be celebrating women not only for a specific month, but all the time. We have come a long way, but still have a long way to go. Would you agree, Chris?
I absolutely do agree, and I want to take the opportunity now to say, I'm particularly happy about the way that you have decided to immortalize your own mother by writing a book, as you and your daughter and your sister have done, to immortalize that memory and the impact of what that particular woman had on your collective lives as individual and collectively. And so it's a good way. I think that it is important to point out to our audience, our viewers, that it doesn't take naming a building. It doesn't take, having a big festival. If you can't do that, doesn't mean you cannot take the steps necessary to recognize and honor those women around you who have actually made an impact. It's those small things that you can do to make sure that their memory and legacy remains alive, and that those who walk in your footsteps know that you walk in the footsteps of other women that came before you.
I'm so glad, Sharon, that you made that sort of like contribution to what your grandmother did. And I read the book. I bought it this week and I read the book, and it was so profound, and sort of like bring awareness to what we don't know and what we can find out from our ancestors. I like the twist, and I like the way it was posed in the book, that our ancestors has all the knowledge and they're not afraid to impart that with us, just if we just pay attention. So I really love the way that you brought that home in that book. It was
Are
really.
you guys celebrating me?
Well, you're a woman, right? It's Women's History Month.
Well, we're celebrating you, celebrating your mom, and watching your daughter to celebrate you as well. So again, it goes to show that it doesn't have to be some big, elaborate, scheme, some grand ball and what have you.
Right.
It's the way that we recognize the contributions of the women around us in our own communities, in our homes, so that we can actually show that we understand that they have contributed and put value on what it is that they have done. Exactly. So yes, your example is just one of many ways that we can do that.
We can do.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
There are some people who don't believe that a woman is capable of achieving anything. There are some, look at this. There are so many people that don't believe that a woman can be the president.
Yeah.
I was watching some show where they're asking questions, and other women were saying, oh no, a woman can't be president. It's a man that needs to be a president. A woman cannot be the president of the United States. And I'm like, wow, how little we think of ourselves, some of us.
They're conditioned. It's generational conditioning that says, the woman's place is in the home, right? And not necessarily it's in the home, making and maintaining and supporting and holding up the four walls, right? As they do. But in the sense that, you're just limited to housework and taking care of, right? And so there's that conditioning that has come through for generations that says you're not supposed to rise to the rank of leadership, right? You're supposed to be in a role of servitude all the time. But, I'm glad we're in a day and age now where, regardless of those ridiculous thought processes, that we're in a day and age now where women have broken those barriers and, are the movers and shakers of the world.
Yeah, I'm glad that this is happening, because I go back to the fact where women, from a little girl and stuff, have been brainwashed to think that the men or the boys can do much better than they can. If you as a mother has a daughter and a son, you can tell me that the girl is more advanced than the boys growing up. So you see that kind of brainwashing thing starting, that you can't do that. That's a boy supposed to do that. So it's from right there that it started, and it continues. So you find that we come in society right now and they're telling you a woman cannot be president. But yet we have seen it happen in other countries.
Yeah.
Why is it not happening here? And a woman can do anything. Everybody, they're doing work from being a contractor, they're going to space, they're engineers, they're everything like that. Everything that a man can do, they can do it, if not better. But we are sort of like dumbed down into thinking that you should stay in your place. Yeah, you hear that, especially in corporate. Stay in your place. The time is not right for you to go into that position. And why is that? Because they figure they still have that mindset that we should stay where we are.
Yeah, it's like the situation with Black people,
Mm-hmm.
stay in your place,
Yeah, yeah.
take things
Know your
slow.
place.
You're moving too fast.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Yeah.
Shut up,
It's-
shut up and dribble.
yeah.
Shut up and dribble. Shut up and play ball.
Yep.
Yeah, so and it's just a shame that so many people still think that way.
Yeah,
It really is.
it is.
But when we come back, we're going to highlight some of the women that made history, that made a difference. So we'll be right back.
Estella's Legacy book series, first edition. Grandma Estella, I have a question.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Listen, as usual, I'm going to beat the dead horse. If you like the show, if you like what you're seeing, you like the discussions, please don't forget, like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content. It's a great discussion that we were having before the break. Very enlightening, very enriching, as always. And yes, I know I try to give a little bit of trouble sometimes, but just to keep things fun. But no, I want to continue the discussion. Paulette.
Yes. I just want to continue with my scenario here that I understand like little girls were more independent, more mature. I mean, growing up from toddler all the way up to, I don't even know if you could say maybe by preteen or stuff, but I noticed little girls, if you have a boy and a girl, the girl was more apt to walk first, talk first. The boys were always lagging behind. And what I can't understand is, where did that shift came in to say that the girls are not strong or, saying they're the weaker sex and stuff like that. I just don't understand what it is. Why couldn't we just build on these toddlers, these, growing into strong women from that point on? Because you could see that she has it. Why stop it right there in order to let the little boy look much better? So up to you, Chris, for an answer.
Wow, no pressure, right?
No pressure.
I actually think that I'm a father of 3 boys, right? But I do have 9 sisters. Okay, so I have seen through my growing up that it's a no contest, quite frankly. Right. I think what has happened in particular in response to where did the shift take place? I think as the children grow and get older, there is a parental strategy, if you will, and I would dare call it a flaw, that the young ladies now become so much more sheltered and held close to the house, right? Thus becoming so much more domesticated, if you will, whereas the boys are allowed to just go out and roam. And what happens when you roam? You're learning, you're seeing, you're experiencing, then you're forced to adapt and change to survive, right? So when you take, for example, climbing a tree or, going outside and building your toys or what have you, would the young women do that if they were outside? Absolutely.
They'll do it now. They'll do it now.
Absolutely.
They'll do it now because times have changed. They will do it now.
And the access, so the access to information, one, meaning the access to experience, the seeing and actually experiencing things, have actually, I would say, somewhat brought the playing field to one that is a little bit more level, where the young women can go into those engineering. I'm talking about engineering from an early stage, okay? We don't call it that. We call it playing house and building these things, but they can go into that realm because now they're able to see those things. They have access to the internet. They're on the iPads just like the boys are, and so on and so forth. But I think before, from the previous generations, if you will, is that because the rope was lengthened for the boys and shortened for the girls, that created a shift in that paradigm that says, okay, well, the boys go out and they're stronger. I think it's just because of the experiences that the males were made allowed to have versus the experiences that the women were allowed to have in the home.
But I think also it's the stereotype.
Yeah.
Because girls are supposed to do A and boys are supposed to do B. Who said that? Who said that? Girls were hindered from doing certain things because it's not proper for a girl to do this or a girl to do that. And I think that's really the main reason why, as they got older, that the boys tend to advance over the girl in certain aspect, I should say, because oh, you can't do that. You're a girl. It doesn't look proper for a girl to do that, and I think that's one of the problems. Now it's a girl can do anything a boy can do and more because boys can't have babies.
That's for sure. We wouldn't even try that.
So we can actually do more than a man can do.
Right. Girls from preteen or even earlier realize that they can do the same thing the boys do and still be a girl.
Exactly.
She can still have that power. She can still stay in that stead and still do more than the boy. What I think, to be honest, is that the boys and the men become threatened. That's the biggest thing. They become so threatened. They'll tell you things like, you can't do that. You won't be looked at in a good light. Well, what the hell is a good light? What is that? You are always in that light. It's time for me to get in that frame. What are you talking about?
A perfect example is, when a man go out there and is messing around, well, he's just being a man. And if a woman does that, what is she called? That's a perfect example. You can't do, what's that saying? You can't do what a man does
and still be a lady. Yeah.
You're not a man if you're doing that either.
Puppy sure, my gun.
It's true.
But it's something that's been instilled in them from they were young.
Yeah.
And they brought it into manhood, and they're bringing up their boys to be the same way, and it's just something that has to change. And I do think it's changing.
I actually agree. I do believe that paradigm has shifted a great deal. You're in a space now where those, even within the home, those roles can flip-flop very, very easily. It's not assigned to any one gender in the household anymore. Depending on who's bringing home the biggest piece of the bacon,
that's true.
it shifts. I can tell you in my home that has shifted on several different occasions where, I'm the main breadwinner. And then my wife would be the main breadwinner. And it has shifted from time to time. And somebody got to pick up the slack inside the house, depending on who's going out or, so I think we're in a place now where that has shifted a great deal. And because of that, the focus on what women have done and the contributions of women have actually become so much more front and center to recognize that, it wasn't one-sided. It wasn't just, stay in this corner and do this thing. We're now walking as equals. Granted, there's still the struggle of the equal pay and equal recognition. But one thing's for sure is that we're lifting the same kind of weight. If you look at history, whether it be biblical or otherwise, so many times where societies are failing, societies were falling, on the brink of destruction, it was women who actually came to the front. So I watched a documentary just last week about the Ghanaian kingdom, the Ashanti kingdom, Asante kingdom, sorry. Where at one point where they were at war and they captured the Asante Henny, the king of the Asante people. And the men quivered and, they were like, the king's gone. I don't know what we're going to do. It was the queen mother her name Ya Santewa, who was like, hold on. No, she took up arms and she was like, okay, no, we're going to go fight this thing. And led the military, led the army into battle to fight for the Asante Kingdom. So, just one of those just powerful examples of the role of women in our communities. And it wasn't that, oh, she was looking for, looking to be the big cheese, right? She wasn't looking for recognition. It was a matter of a call to action and realizing that, listen, our leadership is gone at this moment, but we're not going to be without leadership. I'm going to step up and make this thing happen. And that's what women have been doing for millennia and until now. Where there's a void, they will step in and fill that void and do it better than anybody else.
Oh, yes, definitely. Women are always stepping up.
Mm-hmm.
Look, even with parenting, a lot of time women have to be the mother and the father to their children. And that's one of the reasons why you find that more women are getting their bachelor degrees and their master's degree, because they have to do what they have to do to take care of their children. Because with women, their children is their priority.
Yep.
So funny you mentioned that. So I just took down this tidbit of information. So according to a CNN study that was done back in 2018 through the academic year 2018 to 19, the study showed that for 1.1 million women across the United States gained at the very minimum a bachelor's degree or better. Whereas it wasn't mere, but it never close. 860,000 men who boasted the same accomplishment. So, quite a gap there between the males and females in terms of those who are achieving tertiary level education. So that was back in 2018 to 19. I would be intrigued to see what the statistics show for 1920, and in particular during this COVID period, because women know of a ton and make fashion. I tell you,
you know it.
So during this time, so many have done these courses and just doing all kinds of things to better yourselves. Yeah. So hats off to the ladies always.
A lot of women are not going back into the workforce because they started their own business.
During this time. Yes, they did. They sure did.
So we do what we have to do.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't wait on anyone.
We are resilient.
Exactly.
We are resilient.
Women are indeed resilient. So on that note, we're going to take a quick break, and then we will come back where we'll shine a spotlight on some other wonderful, amazing women who have actually done amazing things in their lifetime to influence present day life. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. As Chris said, we want to celebrate some of the women that made a difference in history. And I'm going to go back a little ways to talk about Ida B. Wells. She was a prominent Black investigative journalist, educator, and activist in the early civil rights movement. She was one of the founders of the NAACP. If you don't know what that is, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, and led a powerful anti-lynching crusade in the United States in 1890. So you see, we were warrior from, the beginning of time. The oldest living skull is of a woman, Lucy. So, I'm telling you, we're big and we're broad. Chris, I know you're there laughing.
I will never get used to it. I'm sorry. It tickles me all the time. And I thank you. I thank you so much. Well, as we continue.
Add some humor to this, okay?
Yes. There you go, making your mark on history. I might actually live longer. So as we continue our spotlight on amazing women sport and entertainment has become it's always been a major, major part of our lives. And women have made their mark in this arena as well. I'm going to talk about one such woman. She was born August 29th in 1954 in a town in Griffin, Georgia, right here in the United States. She attended the Tennessee State University, where she was one of the famous Tiger Bells, coached by the famous, now deceased Coach Temple. She's one of the founding members of the Women's Sports Foundation, inducted into the National Track and Field Hall of Fame. Three-time Olympic gold medalist, two-time individual Olympic gold medalist, and the first ever athlete, be it male, female, black, or white, to actually win and retain a 100-meter title, and doing so in world record time. She's still alive today. I'm talking about none other than Wyomia Tyus. I said her name wrong. Wyomia Tyus, right? She now lives in Los Angeles, California, and continues to work. She got her bachelor's degree in physical education and continues to work with schools, emphasizing outdoor activity, right? Taking the children out of the classroom into the fields, to actually work and fun and play and actually exercise and have, keep themselves healthy. She was also very, very instrumental in the 1968 civil rights protest at the Olympics. She has a book out, and I would suggest that you try to go get that book and read that, because it shed a light on the fact that women played a very instrumental role in the actual staging of that civil rights protest. The men who, not to take any light from off the men and what they did, but they wanted to not go to the Olympics, and that was the basis of their boycott. But Tyus and her female counterparts were insistent on actually going to the Olympics and actually taking a stand there on that international platform. So there it is, that not just on the track, but also off the track, making an impact on what we now know as one of the most popular, most famous civil rights movement and activities in the late 1960s.
Awesome. Oh, the air condition is getting to me. I'm sneezing.
Sharon, is COVID you're catching? On the program?
Recording.
We're recording and you're catching COVID?
Oh,
I'm gonna get the mask.
Yeah, we need the mask over Zoom.
Yeah. Of course, who can forget Katherine Johnson, the American mathematician whose calculation of orbital mechanism as a NASA employee were critical to the success of the first and subsequent U.S. crewed spaceflight. She served as the brains behind one of the greatest operations in history, the launch of astronaut John Glenn into orbit, a stunning achievement that restored the nation's confidence, turned around the space race, and galvanized the world. You didn't hear much about her. The emphasis or the focus was on John Glenn. You notice that's what it is. And this trailblazer, we didn't know who she was until the movie Hidden Figures came out.
Isn't that a shame? And that is what's happening with a lot of females that made such a difference throughout history. It's hidden figure. I love that because it's just so perfect.
It is perfect.
They hide, just like how, I'm always talking about it, just like how they hide the real history, Black history, they hide the history of a lot of women.
That's it. That's so true.
What I find, though, is that some of these trailblazing women were not about the themselves. It was not about the recognition. It was about getting the job done.
Getting the job done.
Yes, getting the job done and making sure that filling whatever voids that were there, because without her calculations, we wouldn't have made it to where we did, right?
Exactly.
he would not have gotten into orbit. However, it was not about that for her. You know,
Yeah.
it took a movie later on, decades later. It took a movie
Like to,
decades later to highlight that work. You know, but the humility and the love of what it is that she did,
Yeah.
you know, what drove her. So
Yeah.
I absolutely love that about these trailblazing women. They do the job because they love it and they want to.
Yeah.
And
I'll share a phrase. Sorry, Sharon. I'll share a phrase with you, Chris. And maybe this is what she was using. Work hard in silence. Let your success make the noise.
Mm.
exactly, exactly. I find a lot of people aren't like that today, though. If they want it, if they're doing something, they want you to know they're doing it,
Oh yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, and it's all about me.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
like when I started Dejavutheatre, it took me 3 years before I came on stage. And the first time I did, they actually dragged me out because it's not about me.
Yeah.
It's about my cast, the awesome work that they do, you
Yeah.
know. And talking about that, Chris, I might as well bring that up now. Huh.
Oh, look at this.
Next month, April, is 20 years.
Out of mercy, Sharon.
We've been doing
God.
Deja Vu
All
Theatre.
that is saying is that I've gotten old. I mean,
Yes,
20
yes,
years.
Yeah, you're
yes.
as old as you feel.
Ooh.
What are you talking about?
Chris, I
Mm.
have some videos with you. The people are gonna say, oh my God,
I
you're
saw
so
one
young.
today.
20
So,
years. How
yes,
does the time go
yes,
by so quickly?
because you were one of the original cast members. And we're going to be celebrating, I think, probably for the whole month because there have been so many cast members between
Wow.
Fort Lauderdale, Atlanta, and Jacksonville. So
Mhm.
we're going to have a few of them on. We're going to show like when Chris was a baby.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so I'm excited. But Deja Vu came about because I have a passion for writing. That's it.
Right.
And I tell you, we started doing Caribbean Labyrinth Poulet.
Mhm.
I didn't know anything about my
About
culture.
patois.
Okay. And when Chris or Karen would be doing a piece, I'm like, wait. What does that mean? What does that mean? But I've come a long way. I'm proud of
Yeah.
myself. I understand
Good.
it. I can't speak it, but I understand it more and I can write it, which is more than a lot of the people who can speak it, they can't write it.
I can't write it. That's great. That's an accomplishment. That truly is.
We've come a
Well,
long way.
I'm looking forward to those shows. You know, it'd be nice to reconnect with some of those individuals and see what they're up to now. So definitely looking forward to those, and the viewers will. I can already tell you it is going to be a hot mess.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because some of them have no sense.
You know,
And
I don't, Crazy Jake. Somebody texted me today and said, you got to get Crazy Jake, but I don't know how to find him. That's the thing. I don't know how to find a lot of them.
Wow.
A lot kept in touch, but a lot of them moved on. So
Yeah.
we'll be showcasing some of them that were with us from 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to that.
It's gonna be amazing. Going to be amazing. Just to, you know, it's nice to give the viewers an opportunity to know what to look forward to. And so we're already working on a very special show for mental health to discuss mental health awareness. And so we're working on that. So that is to come as well. I'm really looking forward to that. Just kind of getting together our panel together so that we can have a discussion about that. I think mental health has come front and center, you know, in particular with the last 2 or 3 years, more so during this COVID time period as well, that has brought that conversation to the forefront. So looking forward to that. So that's
especially among children.
yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Especially among children.
Yes,
This has been devastating for children.
And also, Chris, while we're talking about mental health, because this also sort of like stems to sort of like letting people move into that category of mental health. We could also talk about work-life balance. That is a very hot topic. Very,
Yes.
very hot topic.
Yes, we have a lot of hot topics to discuss.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, this is why we ask you to like, share, comment, and subscribe, you know, that we can keep going because we enjoy what we're doing, you know, and we're
We
learning.
absolutely enjoy what we're doing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
We're learning
last sound.
as we do the show, we're also learning. Because from the guests that we have on the show, we learn a lot from them also. So, you know, this is why we do what we do. We enjoy what we're doing.
Yes.
So on that note, we'll be right back.
Right back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's been a wonderful show so far. As usual, please share, like, comment, subscribe. And if you have an idea as to what you would like for us to talk about, feel free to email Sharon Cummings at dejavutheatre.fl@gmail. I'm sure it's going to be on the screen somewhere. .com. All right. Now, in true deja vu fashion, there's no way we're going to have a show without some very fine entertainment. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Telling me, but I'm not like you know me. Well, guess what? I know who I am. I know I'm strong, and I am free. Got my own identity, so clear. You will never be welcome here. Anybody out there just like me? Anybody needing fear to leave? If you don't know how to say it, sing along with me. Sing fear you don't own me, and there ain't no room in this story. And I ain't got time for you telling me what I'm not, like you know me. Well, guess what? I know who I am. I know I'm strong, brave, and I am free. Got my own identity, so fear you I used to think that love was just a fairy tale until that first hello, until that first smile. But if I had a chance to do it all again, I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause this love is everlasting. Suddenly, life has new meaning to me. There's beauty up above, the things you never take notice of. You wake up and suddenly you're in love. Everything a man could want and more. 2,000 words are not enough to say what I feel inside. Holding hands as we walk along the shore. Never felt like this before. Now you're all I'm living for. Suddenly, you wake up and suddenly you're in love. Now each day I pray that this love affair will last forever. Suddenly life has new meaning to me. There's beauty up above, the things you never take notice of. But you wake up and suddenly you're in love. Ooh, yeah. Wake up and suddenly you're in
Please join us on Sunday, April 3rd, when we will have our Deja Vu celebration kickoff.
It's going to be a crazy show. 20 years of deja vu. I just wait.
Yeah, no.
I can't wait either, because the other day, it took me all day to transfer video from DVD onto my computer. I'm like, oh,
Wow.
I didn't even know I had that. Oh, that's Chris.
Chris at 16, right?
I met Chris was what? Going on 21, right?
20, 21, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
20 years, right? 20 years. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got old.
You mustn't get old because
no time for telling her off on the show, not now.
no.
Anyway,
You made it to 20 years. You want to go 20 more, okay?
Sure thing.
anyway, I enjoyed this show. Thank you, Chris and Paulette. I think this conversation was quite interesting. And I do hope that you will join us on April 3rd because it's going to be awesome. I am so excited about the show, so please join us. Put it on your calendar. It's going to be one of a kind show. Okay, so remember, please to like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe. Thank you for watching. Cheers.
Cheers.
Everyone have their glass today. My glass is disappearing. Wait, there it go. Listen, cheers.
Cheers.
My wine is almost finished because I've been sipping throughout the show. Huh?
I thought it was finished at the beginning of the show.
Almost. It's almost.
Okay.
Listen, I'm gonna follow you on Paulette, you know. I'm going to get some grape, grape juice.
Yeah, because we don't want you falling out of the sunset.
Can you imagine? Listen, leave my sunset alone.
Tune in to Bashment Bay. 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 Tune in to Bashment Bay.
April 3rd, which will be the Deja Vu celebration kickoff. Is that right?
Kickoff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kickoff.
Off.
Kickoff. Celebration kickoff.
Kickoff. Yeah.
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 Hello, keep saying it, Sharon. Keep saying.